Good morning. Thank you for joining us here at the Department of Public Works yard in Comac. I'm joined by a number of my colleagues in government here. First, our Chief of Department for the Suffolk County Police Department, Stu Cameron. We're also joined by representatives from the Department of Public Works, led by our Commissioner, Gil Anderson, and also, of course, our Commissioner of the Department of Fire Rescue and Emergency Services, Joe Williams. I want to thank our entire team for the work that they are doing here. We are still 12 days away from the official start of winter, but for us today, for all intents and purposes, is the start of the winter season. We are, according to weather forecasts, expecting anywhere between 5 to 7 inches of snow in Suffolk County. Now, while that's not a blizzard, that's a real storm. And as a result, we need to make sure that we're not only out in full force, but that we're taking all the precautions necessary and making sure that people are safe. We're expecting that the greatest accumulation is going to be felt in western and central Suffolk County. Last year, many of the storms that we had seemed to hit harder on the east end. It looks like today it's the western and central Suffolk area that will be hardest hit. On the east end, we're looking at maybe a mix of icy, wintry mix, snow and rain and sleet. One of the things that always concerns me at the start of the winter season is there's almost a lack of remembering what it's like to drive on these roads in these kind of snowy conditions. We forget, and we tend to continue to drive at the same level of speed and push it a little harder, a little faster than we should be under these conditions. So what we're urging people today, first and foremost, it's a Saturday. So that's fortunate in many senses. If you can remain home and stay off the roads, we're expecting more of the accumulation to be happening in the afternoon hours. We're really starting to see the flurries drop now. But as we move forward in the afternoon, late afternoon, we're going to start to see that accumulation on the roadways. If you can stay home, it's a great day to do that, Saturday afternoon into the evening. But if you have to be on the roadway, be very careful. These are going to be tough conditions, going to be very slippery. It could be icy later in the evening and tonight. So really just take it easy, because again, we forget what it's like to drive in these conditions after the spring and the summer and the fall. But winter is here now. And it's a little earlier than I might have liked, although I can say my kids and probably others are happy about having the snow falling during this holiday season. So we are out in full force, and we'll be out in full force today, ready to go. Our Department of Public Works have about 100 pieces of equipment that will be hitting the roadways. We are treating those roads, but we'll be out plowing when there's enough accumulation, which we expect to be somewhere in the evening time because of the temperatures right now. We don't expect to see accumulation on the roadways till later in the day today, but we're going to have all of our equipment out and operating throughout the evening and throughout the night to make sure that we are clearing those roadways. We have about 1,600 lane miles that we have to cover, so that's quite a lot of roadway. But we have the resources, we have the equipment, we have the team, and the operators ready to go. And I want to say to all of the operators out here and Cliff Mitchell from the Department of Public Works and his team, they just do an outstanding job, and these operators and these drivers who work in very difficult conditions, really do tremendous work, and we thank them first, and they help keep us safe with the work that they're doing. Our Suffolk County parks are open today, including camping. At this point, we're not planning right now to close the Smith Point Light Show. which is very popular during the holiday season. That is subject to change, but the current plan is to keep that on for right now. Due to the weather and current conditions, Indian Island Golf Course is closed for the day, and we'll be providing further updates on our Facebook page as the day progresses. Suffolk County Department of Fire Rescue and Emergency Services is, as we always do in these types of storm events, communicating with our municipal partners, making sure that if anything happens, there's any equipment that's needed, any support that's needed, that we are here and we are coordinating closely with them. We encourage, as we always do, for residents to go to our website, sign up for the Suffolk County website, go to the Code Red Emergency Notification System and sign up for that, because that not only helps during storm events like this if there's an emergency, but every day when first responders have to come to your home, if an emergency happens, they're better prepared and will be able to act quickly if you're signed up for that system. This Suffolk County website is suffolkcountiny.gov, suffolkcountiny.gov. And we encourage people also, if you do have to call into law enforcement and it is a non-emergency, to call 852-COPS. Keep the 911 line clear only for emergencies, but if you do need to call in a non-emergency situation, you can call 852-COPS. Also calling the Suffolk County Office of Emergency Management. That number is 631-852-4900, 631-852-4900. And at this time, I want to ask Chief Cameron to come forward to say a few words again about those road conditions and what we are seeing and expecting from the Suffolk County Police Department. Chief Cameron.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. The police department's well positioned to handle this storm. We have our military surplus vehicles ready to go, which includes Humvees and 5-ton vehicles. This storm may not be severe enough to warrant the deployment of them, but they are ready for the season. Those are vehicles we obtained from the military government for free. We utilized asset forfeiture to repurpose them, so they are at no cost to the taxpayers. With respect to our precincts, we're in great shape now because our fleets are comprised primarily of all-wheel drive sector cars, as opposed to the rear-wheel drive sector cars we used to have. That negates the need, which was always a logistical issue for us, to put chains on the cars. With respect to the Highway Patrol Bureau, our motor carrier safety section has primarily now heavy-duty pickup trucks that are also four-wheel drive. And you may have noticed several of our sector cars now on the expressway are SUVs, which makes us far more capable to deal with the snow. As the county executive said, we're very pleased that this event, if it had to happen, it happened on a Saturday. People don't have to commute to work. I know this is a busy time of year where people have a lot to do. They have to get out. I encourage you, if you have errands to run, that you run them this morning before the snowfall is significant. There's probably a lot of things you need to do in your home as well. So if you can coordinate your day, get out early, get what you need, and then spend the rest of the day in your house, maybe put a movie on, a seasonal movie on, enjoy the time in with your family. It's a great time, as the county executive said, to take your kids out and have some fun in the snow, but try and stay off the roads. I do agree that people probably forget what it's like to drive in the snow, probably by choice. They probably try to forget, but this is the first snow event, so I encourage you to slow down and leave additional room between the cars around you so you could be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, very much. With that, we'll take any questions. We certainly just want to, again, remind people to be safe out there if you need to be on the roads. That's most important when we're talking about the first storm of this winter season. Any questions?
You mentioned 100 pieces of equipment ready to go. What about salt and sand? How much of that do you have?
We have about 17,000 tons right now of salt and sand, and we're prepared to add more as we need. You know, this is an early start to the season. As I said before, we're still 12 days away from winter officially beginning. So, my hope is that this isn't a sign of things to come. But we have certainly we've seen our share of major storm events and snowstorms and blizzards here. So whatever does come, we're prepared for it, and we'll be ready to go. We have everything we need right now, but we'll see as the season progresses. We need to add more of that salt.
You mentioned the county website and Facebook. Is Facebook going to be updated as often as the county site?
Yeah, we'll be updating both regularly with information about the storm as things change. You know, we expect this to be pretty typical storm event, 5 to 7 inches. Again, is a real storm. It's not a blizzard, but with it being the first storm of the season and it's a little early in the season, we want to make sure people are conscious of what the conditions will be like out there.